So many men believe it. They believe that as you cross the 50-year-old mark, prostate problems are just inevitable. That getting up 3, 4, 5 times a night to use the bathroom is a mandatory rite of passage. That slowing performance and a loss of vitality are simply part of getting older. I am here to tell you that this is not true. What is damaging your prostate is not the number on your calendar. It is the habits you are repeating day after day without a second thought. And I'm also frequently asked a very specific question. What about ejaculation? What about masturbation? Is it good? Is it bad? Does it help or does it hurt? We will answer that, I promise you. But the truth is, the answer to that question is almost meaningless. If you are making these 7 other mistakes, when you are dehydrated, your urine becomes highly concentrated. I want you to think of it as a mild acid. When that concentrated acid sits in your bladder, it doesn't just sit there quietly. It irritates the lining of your bladder. This irritation sends emergency signals to your brain. Get this out. It's burning. Which is why you feel the urge to urinate, even if your bladder isn't full. But it gets worse. That irritation doesn't stop at the bladder. It causes inflammation that affects the entire area, including the prostate, which sits right at the base of the bladder. This irritation leads to inflammation, and inflammation leads to swelling. You are drinking less to solve a problem, but you are actually creating the very inflammation that is causing the problem in the first place. You must stay hydrated with clean water throughout the day. The second habit, this is the one we are all guilty of. It is chronic sitting. We have become a society of sitters. We sit for breakfast. We sit in the car to commute. We sit at a desk for 8 hours. We sit in the car to go home. And then, exhausted, we sit on the sofa for 3 hours to watch television. There was a study that showed men who sit for more than 6 hours a day have a staggering 40% increased risk of developing severe prostate hypertrophy. 40%. Why? I want you to visualize what is happening. When you sit, you are putting your entire body weight onto your pelvic floor. You are literally crushing the perineum, the area right where the prostate lives. This constant pressure does 2 terrible things. First, it suffocates the prostate by restricting the fresh blood flow and circulation that it needs to stay healthy. Second, it creates a constant low-level tension in the pelvic muscles. You are training your body to be tight, restricted, and inflamed. You must break this cycle. You need to stand up. You need to walk. You need to move. Even a simple rule like standing up for 2 minutes every 30 minutes can change everything. This leads us to the third habit, which is what you are putting into your body. You are literally feeding the inflammation. You cannot expect a gland the size of a walnut to function properly if you are constantly fueling your body with fast food, processed meats, sugar, and refined carbohydrates. These foods are pro-inflammatory. They are like gasoline on a fire. Your prostate has specific needs. It thrives on certain nutrients. It needs heroes. It needs lycopene, a powerful antioxidant found in cooked tomatoes. And yes, it must be cooked cooking. It with a little olive oil makes the lycopene far more available to your body. It needs selenium, and you can get your entire daily amount from just 1 or 2 Brazil nuts. It needs zinc. In fact, the prostate gland holds more zinc than any other organ in the human body. You find this in pumpkin seeds. If your diet is based on what comes in a box or a drive-thru, you are starving your prostate of the very tools it needs to defend itself. The fourth habit is a double-edged sword: caffeine and alcohol. Let's start with caffeine. For many men, caffeine acts just like that concentrated urine we talked about. It is a direct irritant to the bladder and prostate. If you are drinking 3-4 cups of coffee and then adding an energy drink or a soda in the afternoon, you are putting your prostate in a constant state of irritation. But alcohol is the far more sinister enemy. And this is critical for male vitality. When you drink alcohol, it interferes with your hormone metabolism. Your liver has to work overtime to process the alcohol, and this gets in the way of its other job, balancing your hormones. For men, this can lead to a disastrous shift. It can lower your available testosterone while simultaneously increasing your levels of estrogen. And what is one of the primary drivers for prostate growth? For BPH, an imbalance where estrogen becomes too dominant relative to testosterone. That evening glass of wine or that relaxing beer might feel good, but it could be robbing you of your manhood and fueling the growth of your prostate. The fifth mistake is a lack of general movement. This is different from just not sitting. This is about the failure to be proactive. Exercise is not just for your heart and your muscles. It is essential for hormonal balance and pelvic circulation. When you go for a brisk walk, when you do squats, when you move your body, you are pumping fresh, oxygenated blood into the pelvic region. You are flushing out old, stagnant fluid. A sedentary lifestyle does the opposite. It allows things to become stagnant. Think of a pond versus a flowing river. A stagnant pond grows algae and bacteria. A flowing river is clean and fresh. You must move your body every single day to be the flowing river. Now, the sixth habit. This one is the invisible enemy. This is the one most men completely ignore. It is chronic stress. You might think, what does my job or my marriage or my financial stress have to do with my prostate? The answer is everything. When you are chronically stressed, your body is flooded with the hormone cortisol. Cortisol is the fight or flight hormone, and it is massively inflammatory. Your body is, in essence, on fire at a low level all the time. But it's more direct than that. When you are stressed, you clench. You clench your jaw. You clench your shoulders. You don't even know you're doing it. And you also clench your pelvic floor. This chronic, unconscious tightening of the pelvic muscles puts a direct squeeze on the prostate. This can lead to a painful condition called non-bacterial prostatitis or chronic pelvic pain syndrome. It's a condition that mimics an infection, but there is no bacteria. The enemy is you. It's the stress. And this condition is notorious for causing pain, urinary problems, and severe sexual difficulty. You must find a way to manage your stress, whether it's through deep breathing, meditation, or simply taking a walk in nature. Finally, the seventh mistake. This one should be obvious, but it must be said, it is smoking. If you are smoking, you are playing Russian roulette with your health, and your prostate is directly in the line of fire. The toxins in cigarette smoke are absorbed into your bloodstream and circulate through every organ in your body, including the prostate. It multiplies your risk for everything. It destroys your circulation, which we know is vital. It introduces carcinogens, dramatically increasing your risk of aggressive prostate cancer. And it is a primary, well-known cause of erectile dysfunction. It is, frankly, impossible to have a healthy, vital, and high-performing body as a man over 50 if you continue to smoke. So let's go back to that original question. What about ejaculation? The research shows that regular ejaculation is, in fact, beneficial. It is good for you. It helps to drain the prostate, to flush out seminal fluid and potential inflammatory buildups. But here is the great pivot. Here is the truth. Worrying about your frequency of ejaculation when you are committing those 7 other mistakes is like meticulously bailing water out of a boat with a teacup, while ignoring the 7 massive holes in the hull. Yes, it is a healthy habit, but it is useless if you are drinking alcohol every night, sitting for 8 hours a day, living on a diet of processed food, and suffocating your body with stress. The power is not in this one act. The power is in your daily habits. It is not age that is your enemy. It is these seemingly harmless habits. My encouragement to you is this: you are in control. You can change this. You do not have to accept a future of urinary problems and declining vitality. Do not try to fix all 7 at once. Just pick one. Start with one. Maybe this week you just trade your soda for water. Or you set a timer to stand up every 30 minutes. Start there. Because these small, consistent changes are what build a long, healthy, and vital life.